and welcome learners in the series of session on human resource development, processes and methods. I, Dr. Priyanka Yadav, working as an assistant professor, School of Management Studies, Indira Gandhi National Open University, New Delhi. It's my pleasure to interact with you on human resource management, human resource development, processes and methods. So, after going through this lecture, we will be able to understand the conceptual framework of human resource development, understanding various mechanisms and methods for human resource development intervention, develop an understanding of outcomes of human resource development process and its impact on organization, understand different stages in human resource development process and learn the interlinkages of HRD processes and outcomes for the employees as well as for the organization. And what we will cover in this lecture is introduction, the concept of human resource development process, human resource development process and human resource development climate variables, and after that we will discuss about the stages of HRD framework and interlinkages of HRD processes and its outcome on HRD as well as on the organization. Dear learners, as we all know that human resource development is the combination of two different words, that is human resource and development. As we have earlier discussed in the previous session also, human resource means the employees or people human who employ in an organization, that is the employees of an organization. And development is the change and growth by continuous learning through experience and training. It includes overall physical, mental and spiritual development. So, human resource development is the growth by continuous learning through experience and training, growth of employees. Human resource progression remains continuous and dynamic with millennials, Gen Z and emerging generations driving organizational success through competencies, skills and adaptability to disruptive technology. So, we are discussing this is how the process of human resource development is important to employee as well as for the organization also. So, now I refer the term the great resignation here. So, what does it mean? The term great resignation. The great resignation term refers to the large scale voluntary employee exits that begin in the early 2021, that is following the COVID-19 pandemic's disruptions, and it continued across industries worldwide, and it reflects a workforce trend where employees recessing priorities left jobs in search of better work-life balance, improved pay, career growth, flexible work options or more meaningful roles. So, this term great resignation plays a vital role to understand how the human resource development process is important for the organization. So, the term great resignation since 2020, as per Deloitte's 2022 workforce trends, it revealed that 15% of exits due to poor work-life balance and 10% from pay cuts or low increments. Employees now seek passion in their profession, making strong HRD processes vital. With abundant opportunity in the startup and gig economy, HR must sharpen human capabilities for present and future needs. As emphasized by Dr. T.V. Rao, Spiritual and management guru Jaggi Vasudev's view of human as a possibility. He said that in his study that human as a possibility, it reflects the shift from treating people as mere resources. So, this is how in today's environment HR's role extends beyond advisory to being a strategic business partner, managing both employee and stakeholder expectations, optimizing potential and providing organizations as a competitive edge in profitability and growth. So, let us discuss the concept of human resource development process now. In every organization, human resource development is a never ending process. Depending on the necessity, nature and size of the business, the type of work done or efforts made to develop human resources may differ, because we can say that the every employee or human resource is different from each other. They may differ in terms of their competencies, they may differ in terms of their eligibility, they may differ in terms of their qualification, and there are so many reasons. For different workforce, different employees, the type of work done or effort made to develop human resources may also differ. HR need to work on the diversity of the workforce in the organization. It is also looking into the kind of change the organization is going through or the nature of skills the organization wishes to build inside it on a regular basis in the same organization. In order to improve staff competencies, the business devises a variety of interventions, and when these processes are implemented in the workplace, it results in more competent employees. Employees are more contented and they are devoted, who will help the company expand by offering their best efforts in the organization. The efficiency of an organization is influenced by a variety of factors like the environment, working environment for the employees, and technology they are providing to the employees, and the rivals also. However, if all other factors are equal or same, an organization with competent, satisfied, dedicated and dynamic employees is more likely to succeed than the organization with poor scores on these human resource development outcomes characteristics. In the same way, we can say that an organization with a superior human resource development climate and practices is more likely to be effective than the organization one that does not these practices. This is due to the fact that a number of human resource development processes working simultaneously in an organization should generally result in human resource development outcomes. So, if any organization having a good human resource development process, then and these processes directly affect the human resource development outcomes. So, this is the picture that is that is shown on the screen is the HRD matrix. So, in this matrix there are some mechanism, HRD mechanism or subsystems of human resource development system, and these subsystem directly affect or leads to the human resource development processes and climate variables. If any organization have a good process and they have a good working environment and they have a good process and good climate variables, then the HRD outcomes will lead in a positive manner to the employee as well as for the whole organization. It will affect the productivity of the employee as well as the outcome in terms of the growth of the organization. Certainly, there are some other variables or other factors that may affect these processes and variables and these outcomes also. So, let us discuss this matrix and this HRD matrix indicates various stages of human resource development such as HRD mechanism or subsystems or instruments, which we have discussed in earlier previous session, and HRD processes and human resource development climate variables, which we will discuss now, and HRD outcome variables. So, these are the various stages of HRD in which we are going to discuss in the human resource development matrix. So, let us discuss the human resource development processes and human resource development climate variables. So, HRD in human resource mechanism, HRD systems or HRD processes have some of the variables like HRD role analysis, potential development, review, discussion, feedback and counseling, performance appraisal and HRD department and potential development, training and development, communication policies, job rotation, OD exercises, reward and job enrichment. So, these are the components of HRD mechanism or subsystem or instruments which we have discussed in the previous session. Now, let us come to the HRD process and HRD climate variables. So, these HRD processes are governed by the following variables. These variables are like role clarity, awareness of competencies required for job performance, proactive orientation, trust, collaboration and teamwork, authenticity, openness, risk taking, value generation, clarification of norms and standards, better communication, fair rewards, generation of unbiased data on employees. Other factors, personal personal policies, top management styles and investment on HRD and top management commitment, history of the organization and past culture of the organization. These are the other factors of this human resource development processes and the climate. So, let us discuss these elements or components one by one. The first component of this process is role clarity. So, what does it mean? Role clarity means having a clear understanding of what is expected from you in your job, including your responsibilities, goals, authorities, boundaries. When role clarity exists, any employee know what task you are responsible for, and you will understand how your performance will be evaluated in future, and you are aware of who you report to and who reports to you also, and you know the limits of your decision making authority. But in case when role clarity is missing, it is not there, then it often leads to confusion, duplication of work, conflicts and lower productivity. So, the degree to which employees understand their targets, their tasks, responsibilities, accountability and processes, expectations, etc. at workplace is referred to as the role clarity. And this clarity applies not only to their own function but also to the roles of their co-workers and its mutual interdependence. So, clarity is a prerequisite for productivity, and a lack of it can lead to stress and confusion. Role clarity is critical for reducing negative sentiments and improving personal effectiveness as well as organizational overall performance. So, however, having a clear grasp of roles has an impact on more than just performance. It also builds trust among the co-workers and raises the likelihood of an employee staying with your company for a longer period of time. On top of it, 75% of employees with strong role clarity much more enthusiastic about their work and have higher job satisfaction than the others who are not having the role clarity. Let us understand it by the example. Imagine you are a part of a customer service team in a company. So, what will happen if you have the role clarity? Then your manager tells you your role is to handle incoming customer complaints via email, resolve issues related to billing and escalate technical problems to the IT team. You should respond within 24 hours and report your daily summary to me. So, by understanding this, we can see that the manager, I think in this statement it is very clear what to do, like respond to customer complaints, how to do it. The employee has to do it by the email within 24 hours. And what are the boundaries? Billing issues are yours, technical issues go to IT. We have this clarity also in this, and reporting line also. There is a clarity on in reporting line also. Report in this case, the manager has to report to your the executive has to report to your to his manager on the daily basis. So, this is in this statement we can say there is a role clarity, but without role clarity, if your manager just says take care of customer issues, so now you are left wondering which customer issues, like billing, technical or both. Should you tell them or email? What do you update about the work? This uncertainty can cause delays, frustration and mistakes in your work. So, this is all about the role clarity. Now, the next component is awareness of competencies required for job performance. Means knowing the skills, knowledge, attitude and behaviors that are essential to perform a specific job effectively. These are the competencies. So, it is about an employee being consciously aware of technical competencies like job specific knowledge or skills, behavioral competencies, interpersonal communication, leadership, teamwork skills and cognitive competencies, problem solving and decision making, analytical thinking, and apart from this the personal attributes. These are also the part of the competencies like adaptability, ethics, reliability and initiative. Why it matters? When employees know exactly which competencies are required, then they can focus their learning and development, assess their own strengths and gaps. They can improve performance and career growth. They will align with organizational goals. For example, if we are talking about a job role like marketing executive. Then for this job role, the competencies required are in terms of technical competencies, the employee should have the knowledge of digital marketing tools, SEO and content strategy. And if we talk about the behavioral competencies, then he should know, he should be strong, should have strong communication, persuasion and networking skills. And in terms of cognitive competencies, ability to analyze campaign data and make quick adjustments. And for personal attributes, there should be creativity, adaptability and resilience under tight deadlines or schedule. Awareness in practice. If the marketing executive clearly knows these competencies are needed, they can do regarding their job role. They can take SEO courses, this will enhance the technical competencies. They can join networking events, this will enhance the behavioral competencies. They may practice using analytics dashboards and this will improve his cognitive competencies. And they can develop time management habits and it will improve their personal or personal attributes. So, if any employee, employee we are talking about in this case is a marketing executive, if he is known or he is aware about his competencies for that particular role, then he can improve these things like take SEO courses, join networking events, practice using analytical dashboard and develop time management habits. So, by this he can grow in his career, and if any employee grows in the organization, then it will lead to the organizational development directly. So, this is how the awareness regarding the competencies are important for any employee or for any organization. The next component is proactive orientation. Proactive orientation refers to a person's tendency to take initiative, anticipate future challenges or opportunities and act in advance rather than merely reacting to events as they occur. In other words, we can say that someone with a proactive orientation does not just wait for instructions or problems to arise. They plan ahead, seek improvements and create change when needed. Key characteristics of these employees are employees who are proactive. So, they are having some key characteristics like initiative taking. They are always initiative taking, like acting without being told, they just do. And forward thinking, they anticipate possible issues or needs within that time. And responsibility ownership, they have the responsibility ownership, or they are ready to accept accountability for the results. They are solution focused, looking for ways to make things better, not just pointing out the problems, they are looking towards the solution. So, let us understand this by discussing a scenario. The scenario is Priya works in HR. She notices that employee turnover has increased slightly over the last quarter. Then what will be the proactive approach in this scenario? So, before it becomes a serious issue, Priya analyzes exit interviews, identifies dissatisfaction with career growth and proposes a new training and promotion policy to management. And in this case, what will be the reactive approach? Priya waits until turnover becomes a crisis and then starts looking for solution under pressure. So, in HRM context, proactive orientation is highly valued because it reduces risk by addressing problems early encourages innovation and improves efficiency and adaptability. The next component is trust. So, trust is an organizational or in HRM context, it is the belief in the reliability, integrity and competence of a person, team or organization. It is the confidence that others will act in a fair, honest and predictable way even when you are not directly monitoring them. If you are a project manager, your team member says you will submit a report by Friday. So, this we are discussing or understanding with the help of example. If you are a project manager, then your team member says they will submit a report by Friday. Then if you trust them, you don't keep checking every hour, you are confident they will deliver quality work on time. But in case you don't trust them, you micromanage, double check on every step and waste the energy on oversight your team. So, this is how if any manager or HR or organization trust their employee, then they will deliver a quality work and they will do the work on time, they meet the deadlines. So, if you don't trust them, then employee will not work on time because they sense that distrust also, and it will lose their motivation and ultimately the productivity will come down in this case. So, and now the next component is collaboration and teamwork. It refers to the ability of individuals to work effectively with others towards a common goal sharing, ideas, responsibilities and resources to achieve better outcomes. Key elements of this are shared goals, everyone understands and works towards the same objective, open communication, like clear respectful exchange of information and feedback should be there, and mutual support, helping each other overcome challenges, diverse skills, using each team member's strength effectively, conflict resolution, handling disagreements constructively. For example, a product development team is designing a new mobile app. Then the designer focuses on user interface and experience, and the developer handles coding and technical architecture, and the marketing specialist plans the launch strategy. So, through collaboration and teamwork, they coordinate the deadlines, share their updates and solve issues together, leading to a successful product launch. So, these are the some of the components which we have discussed in this session, and the remaining components we will discuss after discuss in another session. Thank you for now. Thank you.